Hi guys, I'm Aaron.
I'm Alana.
And we are as Lena.
We are.
So we have decided to do this bus life thing full time now. The bus is probably only 80% complete. Most of the main functions to live in it are working correctly, and it's quite comfortable. I was going to say it's functionable. Everything works. It's just not aesthetically pretty yet, but we're getting there. Yeah. So we've got running water. We've got hot water.
Yeah, we've got the instant gas hot water. So we use like what with that?
Oh, probably 60 litres a day. Oh, through the hot water. Yeah,
through the hot water. I
probably
think.
Use about 30 litres, 50 litres with showers and stuff.
Yeah, but the gas lasts a fair while.
Yeah, the gas lasts a while.
Yeah. And that's with 4 of us. So we have 2 children that are both currently at school.
2 little monkeys.
So Lila and Noah, and they're 7 and 5. Yeah, so they will be home with us full time very soon, won't they? We're just waiting on setting up their e-school, so they're both very excited. They've got laptops now and ready to hit the road. So
yeah, so we're kind of a little bit stuck. We handed in our lease, handed the keys for the property that we were renting.
Did all the cleaning.
The owner wasn't quite happy. He couldn't understand why on earth we'd want to run off and live in a bus.
We still had 6 months. And
the expense of it all must be ridiculously expensive, and but some people have
a negative outlook in life, pretty much, and I think it's to do with their own internal misery.
And a different way to look at things.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we've been in the bus now full time for a week and a half.
Yep.
2 weeks.
It'll be nearly 2 weeks, yeah.
Nearly 2 weeks, and it's been extremely comfortable. We've had some cold nights, but we've got a really good gas.
Amazing
heater.
Gas heater. Yep.
It's like a 6.5 kilowatt gas heater, whatever that works out to be.
We literally only have to have it, like, even when it tells you what the current temperature is, and then it tells you what the what your thermostat's set at. So even when the temperature's like really low, down to like 3-4 degrees, still only takes us like 20 minutes of having the gas heater on, and the whole bus is so toasty warm, isn't it?
It is, and which is good.
Thanks to your insulation.
Yes,
insulation and stuff.
Sure. Insulation has helped to heat. We just run it for 20 minutes and it stays warm for hours afterwards. Like, the warmth just gets trapped in the bus, which is really, really good. Super good. It's a lot warmer in the bus than what it is outside a lot of the time, even without the heater running. We've noticed quite often. It's really comfortable.
The other thing that I think that, we have spoke about it a few times, that we could do to improve our warmth in the place, if like it got to that point, is to put like a bit of a curtain up between like the bedroom area and the rest of the bus, kind of thing. More so because the very front of the bus we have 2 exposed windows that aren't covered, and I think we lose a lot of heat out of those.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot colder down the front of the bus than what it is at the back of the bus. The back of the bus, where our beds are, cosy as anything, isn't it? It's really, really warm, but yeah, front of the bus, it just gets a bit chilly. Yeah,
and I think if we did that, if we hooked up a door system just to close that off and had it sealed up nicely, I would assume our body heat, with the 4 of us locked away in that back half of the bus, would be enough to keep warm through the winter months. Yeah, because it certainly does get quite warm down there.
So, at the moment, we are currently parked at Preservation Bay in Tasmania. We are literally parked right on the beach. It's pretty amazing. We'll take you for a bit of a cruise around later and have a look at some of the sights around the place. There is a playground literally right outside the bus. It is a 48-hour stay over at this particular place, so we will only be staying for 2 nights. I think that we only have, probably about 1 more week in this kind of area along the northwest coast before we start making our way further east. So, yeah, we're pretty excited for our adventures and our travels. I finished my job. I had my last day of work last Friday, as we said, we handed the keys in and everything a week and a half, nearly 2 weeks ago, to the house. And yeah, now we're just waiting on the kids' school before we can actually leave. So we're a bit excited. So we've yeah, so we're about an hour from where we used to live. Yeah, we would just like to be that little bit further. Make a start a little bit further. Further east. It's getting quite icy in the mornings now, isn't it?
It would be a lot easier once we don't have to get the kids to school of the morning, because like Alana is still getting up at 6:30 in the morning just to do the whole school routine. And
Very strong
this
coffee.
time of year it's extremely cold at that time. So once we're sort of homeschooling, doing the correspondence schooling thing, it'd be a lot easier, meaning we could just sort of laze in bed in the warmth of the blankets until a reasonable time in the morning where the sun's come up and actually...
Even 7:30
would
be great.
I'm thinking like 10 would be awesome.
No.
If we could laze about until 10,
gosh,
or even just wake up at 10 every morning, that would be great. It's been a long, long time since I've had to sleep until 10.
Well, you have.
That's the life.
I not so
you
much.
You get up, the sun's already in full swing, just jump into the warmth.
Having 2 children, I actually can't remember the last time I slept until 10 o'clock, my darling.
Not saying that just to like sound lazy and like a bum, but saying that like in winter it gets down to like 1 or 2 degrees through the night.
And especially further east and Launceston way, it'll be even in the minuses. So
saying that so we could just not have to endure the rigorous cold as much. But through summertime, we're quite happy to get up and watch the sun rises and
I was going to say on our we have got an Instagram. It's called Aslanatube. Give us a like and a follow. We do have some
thumbs up
and a thumbs up
or a thumbs down.
No, you don't have thumbs up and thumbs down on Instagram. That's Facebook.
Well, likes, dislikes, don't you?
You've got little love hearts.
Oh, I'm thinking YouTube. Yeah.
Regardless, Aslanatube, look for us. Follow us on our journey and our adventure. We've got some beautiful sunsets and some beautiful scenery around the beaches. We've also got some really cool things of the kids having a ball. So yeah, and some pictures of our bus and of our conversion process. So I mean, it's happened pretty quick. It happened a lot quicker than what we expected it to. We were expecting what? You know, we'd planned for October, November, like towards the end of this year that we would actually be leaving. But
the closer and closer we got, it was just like it got to a point where it was unbearable, and we just needed our own home and our own lifestyle, you know.
And the more, I was going to say, it did become unbearable once we knew we had the bus there and things were starting to function. It's like, what are we doing here?
What are we doing?
Why are we paying so much rent
that we can live in for free? Yeah,
this is our home that we've built ourselves. We're not even able to stay in it because we're paying rent to this other person, and yeah, it was a pretty testing time.
It was depressing.
It was testing on us, wasn't it? It was testing on the kids.
Yeah. Things got pretty
trying to
tense.
juggle, because where we were also was quite a fair way out from where the kids' school is. So where we are now is like on the opposite end. The kids' school is kind of in the middle from where we used to live and where we are now. You know, so it was a little bit of a commute, like half an hour to school in the morning and half an hour back in the afternoon. All the getting ready for school, all of that kind of stuff. And then I was dropping them at school, going to work, and I was a cleaner, so flat out cleaning all day. Come home, clean my own house, then clean the bus after Aaron's been converting it, and then it was just never ending, and it just felt like we had no time with each other, no time to enjoy the kids. We had no time to do anything, and so I'm really excited for this opportunity for us to be better people in ourselves, better people towards each other, happier people, more positive people.
Like stress
is
a killer,
be better
man.
Parents to our children. Be more present, I think, is the correct way of saying it. We want to be like present parents, like we're there for them through everything. We see them you know, every milestone kind of thing, instead of we miss out a lot when they go to school.
And like now we have the time and the energy, and without all that, now we've gotten rid of all that stress. We've been able to reset and relax a little bit. We are spending more quality time with the kids already. Like we're sitting up of a night time, reading books, and
quality
telling
time.
stories and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, and it is. It really is. It is really, really quality over quantity, isn't it? But yeah, just finding it was really hard at that time, in the way our lifestyle was. It was actually really hard to try and just even find that 5-10 minutes to read a story. Not in a relaxing way anyway. It would be kind of a quick, like, rush story before you have to go to sleep, because you've got to get up early in the morning, because you've got to go to school, you've got to do this, got to do that, gotta. And everything was got to, and there was all of these expectations from external sources, you know, of life and how it's meant to be. And
you've got to get into debt, and then you've got to go to work every day for the rest of your life, and you've got to pay that shit off in 30 years.
And it's like, well, actually, so we had enough money.
Do we really have to?
So our start is, we had made a savings. We had managed to save a little bit of money, which was pretty much enough for a deposit on a house. And it was like, well, do we want to put a deposit on a house and then get a $300,000, $400,000 mortgage that we'd be paying off for the rest of our lives, and both have to work full time, still not have any time for the children? You know, everything's rush.
The thought of that made me like severely depressed.
Yeah, and it was kind of like, no, we don't want that. So what are the alternatives to that? So then we decided, we'd done a bit of research, we'd done a bit of looking around. Aaron's been watching, he'd been watching a lot of YouTube clips on people doing similar kind of things for about 12 months, and he's like, he's come to me and he's like, right, Alana, he's like, I've been watching YouTube, it's taken over my entire life. No, but this is an alternative. This is what all of these guys are doing, and this is a great alternative to what we don't want. And it was like, yeah, okay, well, I started watching the shows with him then, and started seeing more and more what he was talking about, and just really, really got on board with what he was actually meaning and what he was saying, and just actually made me really quite excited. And that was what made me feel everything has felt right. That's, I think, the biggest thing for me, you know, like life kind of, when you go against the grain, you know, if things are too hard, quite often they're not meant to be. You know, if something's that hard, is it really worth it?
We haven't had many things hold us back from this journey yet. So
everything's been really smooth, and everything just feels right. Everything seems right. Everything feels right. We notice the difference in the children with their attitudes towards one another. It's like we've got the okay from the universe, and if the universe gives you the thumbs up, you know, there's no one can stop you. Yeah, so that's where we're kind of at. So we're really excited to share our travels with you guys. So yeah. I hope you subscribe and like us, and we, as I said, we've got Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, Tumblr, Google+.
Oh God!
I will say
there.
I haven't had a chance to look at many of the others yet. Mainly Instagram is our biggest business.
A lot of social outlet for a couple of introvert people.
Yeah, we're pretty introverts, so this is
so we're opening up a little bit
outside our comfort zone. Very quite embarrassing, but we'll be right.
Yeah, on a side note, I'd just like to say I did start to do a bus conversion, and sort of like show everyone how we converted our bus and the techniques and methods used into converting the bus. Which we will continue as we're going. No, there's kind of, yeah, I've done a little bit more, but there's kind of been a very big downfall, which was a little bit disappointing. The GoPro I was using at the time, the audio failed to work, and at the time I had this big rush just to get it done, and I pushed and pushed and pushed to get it done, and I was recording everything as I was going, and I thought, right, I don't have time to do anything in like post-editing or anything like that and uploads, so I decided to record a bunch of media with the conversion for the last half of it, and then when I had time to actually start continuing the episodes, it turns out, yeah, all the video was there, but the audio hadn't worked, so there was like 5-6 hours of video footage that had no audio, so it was quite disappointing, and it was very deflating. I kind of gave up with the conversion after that point. I do have all the media, and I am trying to sort of make one more last video with all the best segments and just have some type of,
but in saying
like,
all of that,
voiceover or music, so you can visually see.
I was going to say, a lot of people do
else.
voiceovers, so feel free to do voiceovers or little fast-forwardy bits and stuff like
Yeah,
that, just so people can get an idea of what you've done, like, and how much work's just gone into it, because you don't want to waste all of that. You put so much time and so much energy and so much effort into this bus conversion that you don't want to waste all of that, like, sharing that experience with everybody. Like, obviously, like, as we said, we actually haven't finished converting it completely. Like, it is functionable. So, I mean, stay tuned. I'm sure that there is actually more of our conversion.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there is more.
Just stay tuned.
Stay tuned. So as we do things like, I mean, we've waterproofed our shower. That's fine, but you know, it does need tiling or lamy panel or something put up. We haven't quite decided
yet. You are
yet.
waffling on. Let's just wrap this up. And we can give more detail in the next one.
Yes, we can. But what I'm saying is, we still have more improvements and things to make on the bus. It isn't finished. So there will be more conversion-y kind of videos.
So now I lost my train of thought because you just took the talking stick off me without my permission.
Have your talking stick back.
Okay, thank you for the talking stick. Now, what was I going to say again? Yes, so if there's any questions as to how we did what, or what methods we used, just ask, leave them in the comments down below.
Ask him, not me, because I'll give you the long-winded version.
And I'll be glad to do like a little video tutorial walkthrough of what I did, what it looks like, and how I managed to accomplish that. Alright, well, thank you for watching
yeah, thanks for
this
watching,
video.
guys.
It's much appreciated. So if you could like, share and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated as well.
Yeah, like, share and subscribe. Awesome. Thanks.
Do you want to like punch the screen or tap it out, or
I think I just
bye guys.
Bye guys. See you later. I was going to say, have you seen my glasses, but I reckon they're in headlights!
Okay, so that's what we're looking at there.
I don't want to watch myself. Turn it back around. Oh, you may actually have to be affectionate with me. Hold on. You sit on the seat and I'll sit on your lap.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You're not a young spring chicken anymore.
Lighter than you.
Camera and wave and say hi guys. Ready? One. You got something like food on your nose.
Oh, it's a sore.
Ready?
It's a pimple.
What's that, blood?
I think so. Ouch.
One. And then I'll say, I'm Aaron, and you go, I'm Lena, and where is Lena?
This is really fake and proper.
I'll probably go up just a fraction.
I think we'll just be
that's
fine.
fine.
Okay.
No, I just got to put it up just a fraction. No, that's fine. All right. Just don't stand up straight. Just keep
It'll be an
down.
extra like $1.65.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.